Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Today we're going to make a light dinner which is called Boston baked beans. It combines chorizo sausages with baked beans and you have it on toast. So you can have it for a light dinner, late breakfast, brunch, lunch, whatever you want. Good for leftovers and it should freeze well as well. So here's what we need. Get everything sliced, everything measured out. Well, I haven't measured out the liquid stuff because it's by tablespoon. It's just easier to chuck it straight in. You want a saucepan or a high-based frying pan and a stirring implement, and let's get ready to go. Okay, so as always, I like to spray the saucepan with cooking spray. That way when it comes time to clean, you'll thank me when you don't have to wash it up as hard, scrub it. Alright, in goes your 15 grams of butter. You could use salted or unsalted. I'm using salted butter today. Once that all starts to melt, you then need to add your chorizo and onion. So I've chopped up a small onion. I generally only use small onion because I like onion, but I don't like the overpowering large onion taste. And the chorizos I got from my butcher. They're really big ones, so they'll be yum. Alright. Could start and put it in now because that won't take long to melt. Okay. So your 1 chopped onion and 2 chopped chorizos. I used to have chorizos a lot when I used to work near a deli that did South American stuff. The chorizos are very popular with them. Don't use them as much anymore, but when I come across something with them, I definitely do like them. Now, one thing with when I did this, I've had some extra small tins of baked beans. So instead of 1 tin, which is for 20 grams, I've got two 20-gram tins. So there's going to be a little bit extra in there, but it doesn't matter. I'd rather use the 2 up and keep the larger can for another day. Because at the moment it's all about using up things in the pantry, and when I come across things like that, that's a definite yes for me. Alright, so I'm just starting to bring everything over. I got my tin of diced tomatoes as well. So once your onion's softened a couple of minutes, then we're going to start and add the tins in. We'll also be adding 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of Tabasco or chili sauce. That's entirely up to you, whichever one you prefer. I'm going to use Tabasco sauce because I've had some for a while. Worcestershire sauce, I'll probably finish 1 bottle and have to start a new one, and hopefully I'll finish 1 maple syrup. So, and I've got a spare one, but hopefully I won't need to empty that one, or start that one I should say. And then serve it with toast. So what I've been doing with bread at the moment, I used to have bread that would go off in the fridge because I don't eat much of it. Now I've started eating sandwiches as opposed to wraps again. So I freeze them in 2s in the freezer, get them out the day before, and make your sandwich or whatever you're having on the day. Your bread will last a lot longer. Alright, this is starting to become fragrant. Lovely chorizo there. If you don't like it too spicy, you can leave the Tabasco sauce out or just use half as much. Alright, I'm going to turn the heat down a bit. And I think I'm ready for it. In goes the diced tomatoes. Now with the residue, just grab a little bit of water and give it a rinse out. There we go, perfect. Now 2 tins of baked beans. Now don't stress about the extra water that I've just put in, because what you can do is you boil it off and it will thicken. You don't really need to rinse out your tins of baked beans because they will probably not really need it. Give it a stir. I always like to stir after I add one thing. Alright, it's starting to bubble, which is perfect. Alright, in goes the other one. So yeah, this is one of those what you would call a one-pot dinner. I'm going to be trying to do a lot of these sorts of things just to show you that it is actually easy to cook. You can cook something substantial out of simple things like baked beans by adding a few sauces and spices and chorizo to it. You don't have to use chorizo, you can use just normal sausages or little chipolatas. It's entirely up to you, or you might just want to put bacon in it instead, or none at all. Just go without it. Alright, so once that's been in, you want to bring it to the boil on high, and then once that's done, we're going to add the sauces. Now, I didn't end up getting any chopped parsley, so when I'm bringing this to the boil, I'll go and check the freezer to see if I've got any. Otherwise, I'll just use a bit of dried parsley. Alright, I'm going to bring this up to the boil, so I'm going to crank it back up. Alright, now we're going to get ready to add the 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, which I'm pretty sure there's only 1 tablespoon in this. There is. I'm just going to try and wash that out before I open the other one. I'll just have to put a bit down the spout. Perfect. Yes, we're definitely watering this down as we go, so we are going to have to keep it on the boil. That way we'll simmer out the excess water. Okay, so I've got to open the new one now. Once again, this is why I choose these sorts of recipes. I'm getting rid of stuff that's been hanging around for a while and making something easy as well. So technically it's a win-win. This is a smaller bottle of Worcestershire sauce, which is good. I don't use a lot of this, really. This is what gives it that nice brownie colour. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. We want 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. See, maple syrup isn't just good for pancakes. That's nearly gone. I'm going to do the rinse out and throw it out again because I've got a new one. At least this one I can get the lid off. More water. That's good. Next time I need maple syrup, I can start the new one that I brought ages ago. I always buy an extra one if I'm not sure if I've got enough. Sometimes it's a good thing because I've got it on hand, but other times it's a bad thing because it's sitting in the pantry, getting in the way. Alright, the Tabasco sauce. Or you can use chili sauce if you're not a fan of Tabasco sauce. Tabasco sauce is pretty hot. Perfect, look at that, bubbling up. This is another one that you could possibly do in a slow cooker as well. If you was going to do this in a slow cooker, you would definitely need that extra water in there. Okay. So, we're bringing it up to the boil now perfectly. We're going to reduce it to a low heat and we're going to simmer it for about 5 minutes and then we're going to be ready to serve. So while this is simmering away, I'm going to go and look for some parsley of some sort. I don't know if I've got parsley in the freezer or if it's all coriander. And then I'm going to make some toast. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it. It was written on the sheet. This serves 4 people. So, yep, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been on the simmer for 5 minutes. I had a look in the freezer. There was no parsley, so I've just got to use my dried parsley flakes. So pop some parsley on the top. You would have already made some toast. You can use toast or do some bread rolls or something. Some thick bread that you got to cut to sizes that you like. Whatever you fancy. All right. Thank you for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been Boston Baked Beans. I'm going to catch you next time. Bye.